Everything on my computer is running extremely slow right now, so I don't even know if this is going to record. I've been trying to show you this stuff on live chat because it doesn't take hours and hours of downloading to get it to you, but train and pink lemonade is good stuff, especially on a hot day. Plus, I'm in a giant metal box. Alright, so in nearly every video that I've started today, every one of them has been riddled with connection issues. I'm hoping that the connection will stay here. We've scrolled through about 2,000 comments to go all the way back to the beginning of Natalie Bollinger's last post. And although it's working extremely slowly, at least I was able to get all the way back to the beginning. I won't scroll down, or it scrolls way past it because it's lagging. Alright, so she posted this on December 13th after I exposed her dad. I told her that I would retaliate if she didn't come forward and tell the truth. I told her I would retaliate against Tim Beeson and Ted Bollinger. These are her actual predators, by her own words, her own admission. With me, she had to poke around with a bunch of fucking slander and bullshit. Now you notice, Joshua Morris, this is, it says Wednesday, December, and then it paused again. Anyway, it was from December 13th. He typed, "Miss you." Natalie Marie typed, "Miss you too, man." Joshua Morris typed, "Hope you were doing well." Troy Bollinger, "This is the uncle who also raped her, who is a meth addict. He gave one of these." And Natalie Bollinger liked it. Popularity contest. "What the hell was you doing with his old ass? You were way too pretty." See, first of all, he's going straight for the looks thing. The looks is what's important here. It doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. It matters who looks the part according to our Hollywood bias. Yeah. So, Miss Shelley Campbell and her friend, the wingnut, Kara Johnson Miles, they decided to, slander my name repeatedly, pretend like they were going to help me while they were slandering me in supposed Natalie Bollinger groups that were just Sean Schwartz hate groups. People who defended me got kicked out immediately. There was a lot of hate and discontent. There are literally over 100 people in this. I took the time and screenshotted every single one of the comments on here at one point in time. There are over 100 people who suggest lynching me. There are a great many people who want to type, "What the fuck is wrong with the cops letting him go?" People typed a bunch of stuff saying that somebody should just put me in the ground. Tim Beeson mostly. Tim Beeson is a world-class piece of shit. And the fact is, nobody cared what I had to say. Nobody cared the evidence that I had to show from that same period of time. All they cared about was what she said while she was pretending to be a victim. Pretending. Chris Fulcher, "What the hell was you doing with his old ass? You were way too pretty." He looks in his 40s and she looks in her 20s. I thought she was saying they was together. Now, mind you, there are a lot of people who also commented on this. I can't see their comments. A lot of her family has destroyed comments or gotten rid of comments or we're blocked from each other, so I can't see theirs, and they might be able to see mine. Who cares? Um, let's see. He looks in his 40s and she looks in her 20s. I thought she was saying they was together, which I was thinking that was the perverted and non-morality thing to do on his end, which is still is either way because she is being stalked. She wasn't being stalked. She was being harassed because I was being stalked and harassed and threatened and assaulted. And meanwhile, everybody wants to help her. Everybody wants to pretend like she's the victim. She must be the victim because she's pretty. Now, we got a lot more here. I'm going to read just the stuff right now from when she was alive. Um, Natalie Marie typed, I was trying to get help. He said he needed a friend, and I did. And also, so did she, but she didn't write that down, did she? He typed, Chris Fulcher typed, oh, I thought y'all was like dating. I was thinking to myself, no wonder why he is acting crazy. No, I'm being a fucking abused. We never dated. We never kissed. We held hands once. We did what Natalie and her sister, well, we did what Alicia wanted. We didn't do what Natalie wanted. We didn't do what I wanted. Me and Natalie wanted to do the same thing in Virginia, have a one-on-one conversation. But that never got to happen because we always gave in to what Natalie, well, her sister wanted. No matter what, we always did what Alicia wanted. Natalie Marie types, no fucking way, lol. Now, if you look at the conversations between us, you realize that's actually complete shit. Now, at least she's admitting that we never dated. She typed, no fucking way, I was just being nice, being a friend. Then he went crazy. Now, first of all, she is going out of her way to pretend that the situation was completely different than it was. But at least she admits that we never dated, which goes to show that in my Arapahoe County case, where I wasn't allowed to show evidence or speak up for myself, that it was slander that the judge herself repeated, slander that is in my court paperwork, slander that I wasn't allowed to be even present in court for, slander that my public pretender wouldn't allow me to see, and I was only able to see it because she left that thing on the counter, and when I started reading it, the guard came and took it. So I only got to understand a part of what was being said about me, and it was all slander. Anything that they could twist, warp, or manipulate to try to make it look like I was guilty of something that I didn't do. Now, there's 10 more replies to this, and it's been trying to load up for, going on 20 minutes now. I don't think it's going to happen. Tim Shady, so we'll skip those 10. Oh, no, they didn't. I was about to say they just popped up, but it really just scrolled down a little bit. Tim Shady types, what a fucking pedophile looking motherfucker. Now, I want to see, there's 5 people who liked it, and although my computer is running slow, I'm hoping it'll pop up the 5 people that liked it so I can see if Natalie Bollinger was one of them. But meanwhile, it's about my looks. It's got nothing to do with whether she's telling the truth or I'm telling the truth. It has to do with looks. You're too pretty to be dating an ugly old dude. We never dated, dumbass. And by her own admission, we never dated. Which goes to show that Rochelle Shelley Campbell and her friend, who was a supposed autism advocate, were lying the whole time. And they slandered me in court to prevent me from having an honest court date, and slandered me to police officers, resulting in those police officers taking it upon themselves to play judge, jury, and executioner. It looks like it's not going to load it up. Van Adair typed, sorry to hear this. You were such a good person, Natalie. And I thought that too. I really did. Andrew Hill typed, no means no. Exactly. She never had to tell me no. Because I never tried to have sex with her. All these people are trying to make it about sex and basing their judgment on looks. You're too pretty. He looks like a pedophile. And I must be deserving of this because I have a penis. I must be deserving of all of the violence that before this was ever posted up that I had to deal with because of this exact shit. And this is the exact same mentality that I had to deal with before she was killed. For over a year before she was killed. And this right here, what these people are jumping to, and she's typing, no, we didn't date. But she types, no fucking way, is what she typed. However, she wanted to date me. If you look through our messages, it's obvious that I was sidestepping that entirely because I was not fucking interested. No means no. You're the one being cruel and abusive now, Michelle Brannick. You need to man up and deal with your own issues instead of putting them on others. With all due respect, I was dealing with my issues, and their issues were put onto me. They were put onto me. Natalie's drug issues, her dad's issues, all of the fucked up shit that they did, and I had to take the punishment for these people's sins. Then, right here, more of the stuff that I've been telling you about. You need to man up and deal with your own issues. Man up. That's right, because I have a penis. I am somehow deserving of this punishment. Others can only help you so much and for so long. They don't help. Pretty words and pretty memes did not help me to get the screenshots that I needed in order to defend myself against these predators like Tim Beeson, Natalie Bollinger, and Alicia Bollinger, as well as Maddie Boa and their customers. These issues are your responsibility. That's right. It is my responsibility to defend myself against these monsters. While hundreds more monsters take part because she continues to spread this slander, but never once does she ever say that I molested her, or raped her, or touched her inappropriately at any point in time. She does, however, say those things about Tim Beeson and Ted Bollinger. No one deserves this kind of abuse for showing you kindness in the past. First of all, she wasn't being abused. I was. Second of all, her past kindness does not absolve her present sin. I was good to Natalie too. Do you guys care about that part? Meanwhile, was she abused? No. No. I mean, absolutely she was abused by others, but she was not abused by me. Those curse words that I sent her, by the time I sent her those curse words, by the time I ever typed one curse word to her, I had already begged Maddie and her sister and her to put a stop to it. I had already informed all three of them of how I was being treated, and they wanted to pretend like I was faking. Meanwhile, who was it that was faking? Obviously, Natalie Marie Bollinger, the fucking heroin addict. And then move on and learn a new way to deal with your troubles. I did move on. It fucking traveled, following me everywhere that I fucking went. Because some druggy whore, no matter how much I care about her, she was a druggy whore. Anyway, it says, let's see. Your current tactics are obviously not working. Good luck. Well, maybe you should look at the tactics that I tried first. Getting a hold of my abusers and asking them to stop. Getting a hold of the police and trying to make a report about what was going on. getting a therapist, because a therapist is a mandatory reporter. Jumping through all these goddamn hoops for the government for an entire year before Natalie was killed so that I could get help. And then, after Natalie disappears, they want to pretend like I wasn't making that effort. I have showed you the dozens upon dozens of cards from that period of time that say the time and the date of my appointments with Nicole Peralta and with Tamara. While you pretend I wasn't getting help or trying to. While these officers and the Bollinger family continue to spout this same bullshit that I have proven, literally proven with evidence over and over again. That their narrative is because they did wrong shit and they didn't want to get in trouble. But it's fine that they did it to me because I'm a homeless white boy who ain't pretty. Because I look old, I must be a pedophile. Fuck you, bitches. Travis Dean type. Hey, I think I know him. He used to be homeless in Boulder, Colorado, I think. He used to sit inside the Starbucks all the time on his laptop. I did. I was Starbucks Sean. Glenn Steffens type. Natalie, I just sent you a PM. It's a private message. Danielle Marie type. Michelle Brannon, you need to leave my cousin alone, you sick man. Bitch, your cousin had me repeatedly harmed for an entire year before that cunt had somebody shoot her in the head. I had been begging someone to shoot me in the head for over a year by the time Joseph Michael Lopez did that. I asked hundreds of people to kill me. She only had to ask once. While I was being actually abused. Because she wanted to pretend that I might. And she must be sweet and innocent. She could never be a druggy whore because she's pretty. Fuck you. Daniel Marie also was typing. Let me take this back up. You are proving how sick and crazy you are by all your comments. It is clear as day you have at least 3 mental illnesses that are noticeable. Really, what are they? Who knows what else you're on or have? See, there again. Whenever a man stands up to a woman, he must be on drugs. Meanwhile, who was the whore that was on drugs? It was your cousin, Daniel Marie. Your cousin was the one fucked up on heroin. Your cousin was a fucked up one on meth. Both of your cousins, Natalie and Alicia both, and their mom, and their stepmoms, and their dad, and their Uncle Troy, who also fucked them, by the way. Who knows what else you're on or have? You need to grow up mentally and stay away. I drove 1,700 miles to get away from the cunt. I went back to Boulder where I could see positive people and have actual positivity in my life, and it followed me there. So I came to Chapel, Nebraska, and it followed me here. Fuck your goddamn bullshit. Let's see. Plus making the fake profiles to stalk my cousin, and you actually post pics of women and other people. That is fucking sick. Reality check, you need to be in a mental institution. What women did I post pictures of? What women did I post pictures of? Are these naked pictures of women? Are these pictures of underage girls? No! Any picture on my profile that has women in it, these are women that are friends of mine. My predators were people like Sarah Rubiolo Spice, who I helped to find before Natalie was killed. And as far as the 2 fake profiles, 2, not numerous, 2. The first one was one that I was hoping that Natalie would talk to me and put a stop to this. That was the very first one. It was called Guitaria's Case. The second one, the Michelle Brannick profile, I didn't make to get a hold of her. I made it so that I could destroy my Facebook before killing myself in September of 2017. Now, it says, plus the making fake profiles to stalk my cousin on. Your cousin made fake profiles to stalk me on. The proof is in the fucking pudding. And she had her friends, her junkie friends, and her abusive ex help her to threaten, harass, intimidate, and assault me. But you don't want to hear that because your cousin, the druggy whore, would never do anything like that. That is fucking sick. Reality check, you need to be in a mental institution. No, you need to be in a mental institution, Danielle. Joshua Hutchinson type, this is scary as fuck. Of course it's scary as fuck. This woman is trying to go out of her way to paint me as terrible a person as possible so she can get away with the literal felonies that her and her friends have been committing. Danielle Marie typed, especially the videos, it proves how psychotic he is. Have you watched them on his fake profile? I'd like for the entire public to be able to see those videos. I would like for the entire world to see those. Unfortunately, that evidence was destroyed. Destroyed, and not by me. Joshua Hutchinson's typed, Daniel Marie, yes, I did, give me chills. It says view 4 more replies, and we already know that it's not allowing us to see the replies, but I'm going to try it anyway. This dude, let's see, oh, here it is. Daniel Marie typed, right, like what the fuck. Clearly, when the first chick stopped talking to him and he tried to commit suicide in the bathroom, he clearly needed to be in the mental institution at that point. It's always a mental institution. When somebody is suicidal because they're being abused, they need to be in a mental institution. They need to be in a mental institution. They need to be in a mental institution. When they're pissed off about the abuse, you want them to be in a mental institution. And this is what they wanted to do to Natalie too, because she was suicidal. She was also, as well, suicidal over abuse by her family, by her father, by Troy, her uncle, by her own mother, by her ex-boyfriends, and by her own admission, we never dated. Meanwhile, that slander was allowed in my courtroom and in my court date, despite the fact that, first of all, according to their agenda, it's unrelated. Second of all, I committed the crimes to show that evidence. At that point in time, every single thing that I had tried to do to get the police to do their fucking jobs resulted in me being abused by the police. But it's alright, because I'm white, right? Let's see. What's his profile? I haven't seen the video. That's from Ashley Monsalvo. Jeffrey Fernald typed Ashley Monsalvo. It's fine if you read all the original comments. You see people replying to him, but his page is now deleted, so his comments are gone, sadly. The only who can see them now is the authorities. Now, wouldn't it be nice if the authorities would release that shit? But they're not going to. They're still trying to hide the fact that they did wrong. If people had listened to me, instead of pretending I'm mentally ill and going out of their way to abuse me at every fucking corner and hide their wrongdoings, at least 18 people might possibly still be alive, including Natalie Bollinger. And Jeffrey Fernald typed something that I completely agree with. Ashley Monsalvo, not fine, it's gone. Seth Franco typed, the dude is such a loser and a bum. Natalie Marie typed update. He was served with a restraining order this afternoon. Now, if you guys have seen the messages between us, you see that she wasn't interested in doing this at the cop shop or talking it out like human beings. Also, that officer, it was in a completely different jurisdiction, and the paperwork that she filed wasn't in a jurisdiction where any of this happened. At the same time, I was prevented from going to court. I didn't have the money to go to fucking Actually, Starbucks was the only place I had money to go. I had like $250 or $2.50 on my Starbucks card at the time. And there's a video from before Natalie died where I talk about that. But these people want to pretend that every single video, every single one was all about Natalie. And everything that I ever spoke out about was all about Natalie. No, if it was about Natalie, Natalie's name was fucking in it. Anyway, she typed update. He was served with a restraining order this afternoon. On Friday, he and I have court. Now, I didn't know that. I can't get in contact with her. Meanwhile, she's obviously spying on my shit, and I've proved that as well. Let's see. She typed, he will be charged with stalking and harassment. He's looking at 8+ years in jail. I feel safe. Thank y'all for the support. The problem is that she was never unsafe from me. I was actually being abused this entire time while she is playing victim and playing for sympathy. Oh, thank you. He's going to get 8+ years in prison. He's going to be charged with this and this and this and this. Fuck you, Natalie, and your entire goddamn family. Joshua Hutchinson typed, keep updated with the court shit. I know too well how they can dismiss or reduce it. That's right, they dismissed every goddamn piece of evidence and refused to look. Did everything in their power to prevent me from being able to go to my court dates or to defend myself. Everything they could to exploit my disabilities and punish me for my disabilities, and then use my disabilities as their excuse for not doing their goddamn jobs. Keep updated with the court shit. I know too well how they can dismiss or reduce it, or convict and suspend all active time. I hope he serves some time behind this, but in my experience, it's unlikely. In my experience, when a woman destroys a man's life, there are no fucking consequences. Adriana Oria Gonzalez typed, fuck. Now let's see if we can see the 4 replies on that. Now, mind you, I'm only going through the stuff right now before Natalie was dead because most of the stuff afterwards is far, far worse. J Melt typed, dang. Kelsey Weber typed, what the fuck? This should have been like the day before she went missing. Now these people are commenting on another comment because there's still more stuff from Natalie. These are people who are typing on comments from when she was alive that they're now commenting on it after she's disappeared and is dead. What the fuck? This would have been like the day before she went missing. Actually, it was a lot longer than the day before she went missing. She went missing the 28th of December, and this was on the 13th. Juliet Torres. It wasn't fast enough that Psycho got to get before then. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I can't believe you suffered because your heart was big and wanted to help others. I pray this POS gets what he deserves. Rest easy, angel. No, Natalie's in fucking hell. If there is a heaven and a hell, according to what you Christians keep pushing on us, yeah, Natalie is literally in hell right now. Now, that's also one that's been edited. So let's see if there's any hateful stuff, because a lot of people re-edited stuff to take their hate out of it, and a lot of people just outright deleted their fucking comments. And rightfully so. They didn't want to get in trouble for threatening to murder an innocent person who is disabled. It says, it wasn't bad enough that psycho got to get before then. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I can't believe you suffered because your heart was big and wanted to help others. Actually, she suffered because she was a dumb bitch. She suffered because she did fucked up shit to innocent people and allowed the predators to get away with it. But meanwhile, you won't look at anything that I have presented because obviously I must be the bad guy because someone else said so and you're not willing to look into it. You just want to hate someone. Bex Marie type. She went missing the day before her court date. No, she didn't. She went missing 6 days after her court date. But whatever. You guys don't have to get the information correct, do you? It's fine for you to not do any research, make bad assumptions, obviously get a bunch of shit wrong, and then harm an innocent person for it while pretending that my predators are victims. They're not. My heart is breaking for her and her family. I can't even imagine what they're going through. Alright, now here's one from while she was still alive. Michael Raposo typed, he's from Boulder, right? Natalie Marie typed yes. Michael Raposo typed Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith typed, dude has a Freddy Krueger thing going on. Straight basement dweller status. Ha ha ha. Tyler Smith, sorry you're going through this. That's a freaky situation to be going through. She brought it on herself. She did illegal and immoral things to an innocent person because she was a fucking drug addict. Michael Barrows typed, Natalie Marie, you better message me. So we should get a hold of all of these people because these people are actually all witnesses. Every one of these people that she messaged. We can go through and we can ask all of these people to show us that evidence. Didn't Natalie Marie ever say that I raped her or molested her in Virginia? Did she? Did she ever say that afterwards? But no, people are typing that shit here anyway, though. Let's see. Jason Greer. Hey girl, this is Jason. And there's his number. I'm actually going to type this in there so that I have it. So that I can cross-reference it with some of the other screenshots of threats that I was receiving. So let's see what this number is. And I'm going to say it out loud. Jason Greer's phone number is 970 402 0555. Create new contact. Jason Greer. Give me a call. I hate weirdos who mess with women and have made a career out of taking care of them. Ah, so this guy, Jason Greer, I'm actually going to call him now. Why? Because if he really makes a career out of taking care of those people, then maybe he should actually do that instead of pretending like he's a big, buff, manly motherfucker here. Jason Greer, you a punk-ass little bitch. Now you can see the sexism and the weirdos thing. You call me a weirdo and it makes it okay. This man is offering to harm an innocent man over her slander. Anyway, it says, give me a call. I hate weirdos who mess with women. What about fucked up junkies who destroy men's lives with slander? See, right here, all sorts of people are offering harm to me over her slander. Are you not getting that I had to deal with these people in real life? And nobody would help me because I have a penis. Anyway, and have made a career out of taking them out. Hate to hear you're having to deal with this. If you want my help, just ask. You got it. Take care and good luck. And then Jay Melt, he's got a picture of a dude drinking water out of the bottom of a cup. whatever that is. Marcellus Lee typed WTF, which means what the fuck. Marcellus Lee typed keep me posted, you know I'm connected. You see what I'm talking about? These people are going out of their way to harm me over this slander. These people are offering to do the things that I've been telling you I've been dealing with for over a year by this point, over her slander. And here they are doing it in mass quantities over her slander. The whole time I am being abused because she wants to pretend that I might, because she's embarrassed about her heroin addiction. Bitch, I didn't make you do heroin. Let's see. Selena Catoni typed, I hope you return and this asshole isn't involved. See? Blind hatred because of her slander. I pray to God this piece of shit has nothing to do with your disappearance. Praying. So you see, this is right after she died, and we're not even 100 comments into it. I mean, there are literally 2.5 thousand of these people threatening to kill me, threatening to put me in the ground, offering to do terrible things to me for the Bollinger family. Meanwhile, who were Natalie's predators? Her family. Who were my predators? Her family. Her friends. Our mutual friends, in many cases. So let's make us a phone call. One of your Savannah Manis Fletcher typed, did you guys look at that page? There's a live video he made about 18 hours ago, and I can't understand much of what he's talking about, but it's tied by her name, and he's crying. That was me trying to help find her, because she was missing. Natalie Bollinger went missing. You goddamn right I made a post about it. I had been dreading that phone call for over a year, because when a woman calls you a stalker, and then something happens to her, and you were never allowed to defend yourself, as I was never allowed to defend myself for an entire year, if she disappears, you are the one who is going to be harmed. And I have been over and over and over and over and over. This should have been taken care of in a court of law. But Natalie did everything in her power to make sure that that didn't happen. And so did the police. And so did the people that I'm supposed to go to for help. The places that you keep on telling me, that you guys, many of you who just picked this case up because of the Rob Gavigan thing, you are giving me suggestions that I have not only been doing for the last 2 years, but I did for a whole year before Natalie was killed. Your suggestions are nice, but they're not working. With all the abuse that I was enduring, I had to do some pretty extreme shit, because many of my predators were police officers, both before and after Natalie was killed. Now, where is Savannah Manis Fletcher from? North Carolina. Let's see. Savannah typed, I can tell he's mentally ill. I just feel like he's trying way too hard to act like he isn't involved, and he's more concerned, therefore, in his hopes, looking less suspicious, which makes me more concerned. I don't know Natalie personally, just mutual friends. Keeping you guys in my thoughts. I can't imagine how her parents are feeling right now. Probably fucking ecstatic. These people just dodged a goddamn bullet. Her dad especially. Literally is getting away with the crimes that I'm being harmed for. He's getting paid to go on vacation, being given free money. And that's the thing. If a man is being abused and he speaks out, you ignore him. If it gets to the point where he's literally screaming at the top of his lungs, you say how scary he is, how terrible he is. You don't care about all of the assaults and threats against himself and his loved ones. You don't care about any of that. You only care about how I reacted after long-term abuse. If you pretend that all of the times that I tried to speak to Natalie nicely, and the police nicely, and these druggies nicely, and Tim fucking Beeson nicely, y'all pay any goddamn attention to that? No, you don't. My evidence versus her slander, and only her slander is worth hearing because she looks sweet and innocent, and I look like a quote-unquote child molester. Fuck you, bitches. Jody Miles typed, he didn't post yesterday at all, but every other day lots. When I was a Ken and Liz, I could. I had my own private place to do so. When I wasn't making those videos, it's because, number one, I was walking to Miss Peaches. Number two, I was waiting on Miss Peaches' kids to go to bed. Number three, I was waiting on Miss Peaches to have time. I mean, literally, it's a bunch and hurry up and wait. When you were called mentally ill, you were not allowed to do these things for yourself. You have to have help. Meanwhile, their motive doesn't make any difference. These people all wanted me to be her killer. And all of her predators were praying that I would get thrown away for this crime because it would alleviate what they had done to her. It would silence my voice. And by calling me mentally ill, it makes it so that nobody wants to listen. Oh, he's mentally ill. He must be crazy. He must not know what the fuck he's talking about. Jay Melt typed, he's not a suspect. Savannah Madness Fletcher typed, her mother stated hours ago that he was. By the way, at this point in time, her mother has literally been harassing me on Facebook, slandering me on my own Facebook. It's fine for her, isn't it? It's fine for Natalie's mother to initiate more hate and discontent towards me, isn't it? It's fine for her to do terrible things to me because she's sad that she lost her daughter. But I'm not allowed to defend myself because her predators, Natalie's predators, including her mother, are the victims. No, they're not. They took part in this the same as anyone else. They took part in ignoring the abuse, just like the police, before Natalie was killed. Savannah Madness Fletcher. And there's about 40 screenshots I've collected giving several reasons as to why he has motive. They literally just had court together and she just had a protective order against them. We didn't have court together. I couldn't get to court, first of all. I didn't have any goddamn money. Second of all, I didn't understand how protection orders work because they don't explain that to you. They don't tell you those things. They don't give a fuck about your rights. They're going to do everything in their power to destroy you and fucking punish you for being homeless. Anybody who is willing to help harm homeless people, the police fucking love you, son of a bitches. See, Bex Marie typed, apparently he didn't show up to court and she went missing the day before the court date. No, she didn't. The court date was on the 22nd. I didn't have any money until I got my disability money on the 23rd, the day after court. And I didn't even know that I had a court date because I thought that when you get a protection order, it's permanent. I didn't know nothing about this temporary bullshit. I put that protection order in my backpack. And there it stayed until I was able to get a lawyer, except I was never able to get a lawyer. A public pretender who wouldn't look at it, but no lawyer. Meanwhile, Natalie's family, her sister, has gotten a hold of me by this point, not the other way around. Her father has gotten a hold of me, not the other way around. Rochelle Shelley Campbell has gotten a hold of me, not the other way around. Danica Gardner has gotten a hold of me, not the other way around. And these women, they promised to help me, but they weren't. Well, they were promising that they were going to help me and then dragging it on for months. Making sure, helping my other predators in the process and their predators as well. Meanwhile, come to find out the whole time, them and these supposed friends of theirs have been slandering me in these Natalie Bollinger justice groups, which are actually Sean Schwartz hate groups, where they are literally trying to get people to lynch me. And I'm somehow the bad guy because these people lied and because I'm not allowed to show evidence that they lied in court. I can show it on Facebook, but it'll probably get me put on another 30-day ban, and I need to be able to associate with my loved ones in order to keep myself together. While she was able to go to people to get help, and they helped her how she asked. Not one person helped me how I asked. They just promised and wasted my time and my resources. Now there's literally thousands more in here. Thousands more. Where people are just going out of their way to try to pretend like I'm some sort of a terrible excuse for a human being. Like it's okay for them to harm me without a day in court. Help me get a day in court instead of victimizing me because I wasn't allowed. And there's hundreds of people in here fucking talking about how they're trying to get my Facebook destroyed. Fuck all of them. Fuck every goddamn one of them. And fuck any of you who say that this is alright because I'm white. You racist fuck. Oh, here's Nova Wilmuth. She typed in Jamie Curtis's name. This is on Natalie Marie's profile. This is right after Natalie died. And here is Nova Wilmuth commenting on Natalie's post, not bothering to find out what's really going on or asking about me. Nope, she's just tagging Jamie Curtis. Now it says she and her Facebook say that she lives in Virginia now, though, right? So how could the body at Riverdale be her? Was she in Colorado? See, that was my very same question. I didn't know that Natalie was actually in Colorado. I didn't have a confirmation at all until Detective Erica from Adams County, or from one of the jurisdictions in that county, told me that her exact words were, well, if she was missing from Virginia, we wouldn't be talking to you. Meanwhile, I had to call the police repeatedly to get them to come talk to me to begin with. Now, Nova Wilmuth, she works at the grocery store here in Chapel. Her dad, Roy Wilmuth, is one of the biggest pieces of shit in town. But you know what? When I walk into that grocery store, she still talks to me like I'm a human being, and she actually laughs at my jokes. But there's a lot of jokes that I won't tell her because she will go out of her way to take them in the wrong way. So you just don't tell jokes to her. Some of those jokes are alright. So welcome to my world. Welcome to my fucking world. When disabled people aren't able to take care of themselves, all the rest of this is just cruelty. They took everything from me. And then they pretend that when I have a mental breakdown from the abuse that they're putting me through, they pretend that I'm a creepy predator. Fuck you. Natalie and her family were the predators. Her junkie friends were the predators. And the police, nationwide, have been the predators. But you're only willing to take a look at that if it happens to black people, right? Fuck that. Let's see if this camera's still on. If it's recorded. Yep. Thank goodness.